Hey family, so I got discharged, um, and I'm really grateful for all of you. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for your positive energy. Thank everybody who's been posting prayers and gratitude for me finding out that I am not dealing with colon cancer. That's the best news ever. They just discharged me about an hour ago and just got to a room so I can try to get some rest because I really didn't get hardly any rest at that hotel for real. Yeah, so I got all this on from them poking and prodding me. So I just want to thank all of you for, again, your positive energy. So grateful, like I said, that the tumors resolved themselves. So grateful that colon cancer is no longer an issue or even a concern with finding out that the tumors did resolve themselves. And like they told me, the polyps got removed. I didn't know that I had ulcers, which they've given me medication and prescribed me some medication to help take care of that. So give me 1 second. So hold on, because I just got a text message. Um, so I just want to give you guys thanks. Thank you for your positive energy, and thank you for being concerned. Thank you everybody who has been showing love in the comments. Like I said, every time I go to approve comments and I see all the positive comments, it definitely is encouraging, and definitely is uplifting. So after this live, I'm definitely gonna lay down and get some rest because I'm very tired. I got woken up a lot today at the hospital because they had to keep taking my blood and IVs and all that stuff. But like the doctor was telling me, she said, the ulcers will get treated with the medication. Polyps were removed during the colonoscopy. There's no tumors, so no sign of colon cancer. That is the biggest blessing, is that I don't have to worry about colon cancer. And I'm very happy about that. And I'm just really grateful right now for everyone's positive energy. Thank you, these peeps, for your prayers. Yeah, I'm out. No, I'm out of the hospital. I just got to a room. They released me about an hour ago. So my homeboy came and picked me up and brought me to the room. So I'm going to shower because Lord knows I need a shower. I had to do a wipe down bath this morning because I, woke up sweating because I told you that's why I don't sleep in clothes because I sweat so much from my thyroid condition. But then with me having anemia, like when I was leaving out of the room to go to the bathroom, I was freezing. So I'm grateful, to be discharged, and they already scheduled a follow-up appointment for me with a primary care physician next week. So I'll contact them on Monday, get the details, and see if we can get the ball rolling on the primary referring me to the colorectal surgeon. That's all I need at this point, is just the surgery to get the internal and external hemorrhoids removed. So I'm very happy about that. Cody said, okay, good. You got a room. So thankful things are turning around for you. Thank you. Yes, that is the biggest blessing, is even though I didn't feel well at all, that led me to go to the ER. Going to the ER really was the best this time because they didn't just dismiss me like the other times where they just, saw me for a few hours and then said, go see a colorectal surgeon. They actually performed the colonoscopy there and remove the polyps, and that's good because the polyps can become cancerous as well. So yeah, he said the iron did help. I'm not sure what made me so sick because like even today they had to keep giving me the nausea medication. And for breakfast they brought turkey sausage and cereal, but I didn't eat the cereal because the nurse wasn't too sure about the lactose-free milk. And because I had that projectile vomiting yesterday morning, I didn't want to take any chances. So then they just brought me like some toast and like a bowl of fruit, and I ate that. But I'm still feeling pretty nauseous, so I'm not sure. It could be maybe from the iron infusion, or it could just be the food at the hospital. I don't know. But I'll be honest, I'm grateful to be discharged because now I can get sleep, and I couldn't get sleep there. There was a patient that checked in, I guess, this morning, and oh my God, he was so loud, like everybody on the floor could hear him. I don't know if he had mental health issues, but he was like extremely loud. So it's like I pretty much was getting woken up like every 2 to 3 hours. And so, yeah, I'm very, very tired, but I'm so grateful because, like I said, it could have been so much worse. We could have found out that the tumors were still there and had grown, and I could have had to gone into like emergency surgery, and who knows how things were going to go. So I'm extremely grateful that colon cancer is not an issue, nowhere in sight. The tumors resolve themselves. So God most definitely heard my prayers and all of your guys' prayers. So I just want to say thank you for all of your guys' positive energy, because it really does mean a lot to me to see that you guys care, and so many people have been concerned. So like I said, praise the Most High that didn't happen that way and that you're cancer free. Exactly. So even though I'm tired, I know I'm physically can't express, but if I wasn't this tired, I'd probably be shouting to the rooftop, Lord, thank you, because like I said, watching my aunt pass from colon cancer was like definitely traumatizing. And I just didn't want to have to be dealing with that, especially as, being a person who has survived thyroid cancer twice. No one wants to deal with cancer ever. So I'm extremely grateful. I'm just very tired, but I'm so grateful to God for that. That is like the best news I've had in all this time, is that there are none. Miss Williams, good to see you, my love. Thank you. So I just wanted to give you guys an update. I have been officially discharged. I'll have my appointment next week with the primary, and with the paperwork from the ER that should help for them to get me a referral soon, ASAP. Y'all make sure I hit the like button coming in. But yeah, I'm very, very, very happy, very happy. She said, I told you, yes, look, I told you I was claiming my healing. I was like, I already knew. And even right now, so as I'm saying, I'm still kind of nauseous. I don't know why. Because even for lunch, well, they give us some catfish and potatoes and carrots. So yeah, it's either the medication they were giving me have made me nauseous, or the food. But regardless, I am colon cancer free. That's all I care about. I'm not dealing with that. I am very happy, Miss Williams. I'm so happy. Cody said, "Love you, fam." Thank you. Love you back, my good brother. So thank you to everybody for your positive energy. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for just the kind words. Like, y'all really don't know how much it means to me when I go to approve the comments and see so much of an outpouring of love. Like, it really uplifts my spirits, because this has not been easy for me to go through. Unfortunately, I am still in a lot of pain. I'll be honest, because I have to get the colorectal surgery for the internal and external hemorrhoids, and they did confirm that the bleeding is coming from both. So keep me in your prayers for that, that hopefully the pain will subside. They gave me this like spray stuff that they said is supposed to numb the area. It don't work. Like, I've tried it a couple of times. It does not work. So I'm not gonna stay on here long, because I'm sitting on the edge of the bed and it hurts to sit. Like, I need to lay down for a quick minute. Actually, I need to take a shower and then lay down for a quick minute and get some rest. Did they send me home with pain meds? You know what? They sent me home with a bunch of stuff. Let me see, because I don't remember all of them. Hold on. Let me go over there, because standing is kind of hurting. Let's see. I think they did. I know they sent me home with they sent me home with acid reflux medication, nausea medication. They gave me, and then, oh, the other good thing for my asthma, they actually gave me my inhalers that I've been out of for like the longest time. So that's another huge blessing because I've been out of my inhalers for like almost a year because out of pocket they're really expensive. I don't know how to open this. I'll open it later, but I know they sent me home with the two inhalers, the foam stuff, the nausea medication, and the acid reflux medication. I don't know if they actually put pain meds in there. But regardless, I just need to get rest, and it hurts a lot less when I lay on my side. So, grateful to God for the no cancer. Grateful to God for my homeboy, that dropped me off and picked me up. Shout out to him. Y'all will see him on the channel soon. He's going to be promoting his online radio station. He actually, and it's such a blessing how God reconnected us. Because we've been friends a long time, but I just hadn't seen him in so long because of, kind of how things went the last time we were around each other. And I'm grateful that to see that he has grown and healed. And, he even said, my example of how he has seen me grow in my spirituality has helped him to grow. And so he's a lot more respectful and just being a genuine friend, because there's other guys that have been like, oh, I want to help you, but then, they were expecting sex and shit like that. Knowing that I'm celibate, by the way. And he's been very respectful and just a genuine friend. So shout out to my homeboy Mike. I really do appreciate you. You guys will see him soon on the channel. He's going to be promoting his radio station because he's also in the industry, and he's a promoter and makes music, and he's a rapper too. He's actually a cold ass rapper. So you guys will see him soon. I was like, I just want to thank you. And he's like, it's no big deal. And so that's the blessing. Even sometimes if you might have to distance yourself from people just to give people time and space to do their own healing and then come back, later and things are much better. So I'm very, very grateful because we reconnected for the video shoot, for the video shoot that I did with Corey with the Keys and Little Flip and all them. So, it's been a blessing to have a genuine friend when you really need someone to just be there and care without expectations of stuff. Because there's been a couple of guys that have tried to talk to me, and when I would tell them what I was going through, they would pretend like, oh, they care, but then start talking about their dicks and shit. Like, bro, I've already told you I'm celibate. Like, I'm not giving up no ass for you to help. And quite honestly, that is why him and I had to distance myself from him before, because he needed to heal. So I feel like I got my friend back. I got my homeboy back, and we've known each other for about 12 years. So I'm really, really grateful for how everything just played out. It's all been a blessing. And I know that God's going to continue to make a way. God's going to continue to keep me through all of this. And when I feel better, we'll be back with the lives. This weekend, I'm going to get as much rest as I can and just see, what happens with next week. Cody said, oh, good. Glad you finally got in here. Yeah, and they gave me 2. They gave me actually they gave me 3 because in the colonoscopy department, I was telling them, my circumstances, like how I had lost my job for this issue, for the bleeding, because Progressive didn't believe me that I was going through this because I had a work from home job, and it's not something that people can see. And so they kept basically saying that they didn't believe that I was clocking out that long to be in the bathroom because I hadn't been able to give them supporting medical documentation. And like I told them at the hospital, it was because their deductible was so high. They had a $2,700 deductible. So it's like, even though they were paying me, $21 an hour, it's like I didn't have the money to pay that. And so the GI doctor required upfront payment. And that's what the biggest blessing in all of this is that I've been going years dealing with this, because even having a job and insurance, I still couldn't afford to pay out of pocket to go see a GI doctor. And then when I lost my job and I got the healthcare.gov zero premium healthcare, their insurance didn't cover a lot. Like it was like 80/20. So the 80 was on me to pay. And they might cover 20%. And they said, but if it's like colorectal surgery, we don't cover that. So it was like specialist visits. It was like, gynecologist. If you need to see like, women's health, something like that. But like for a colorectal surgery, they didn't cover that at all. So, like I said, the blessing in all of this is everything is covered through the hospital because I don't have income. So I think about that too. Now I even overstand. Hold on, let me get my allergies are kicking up. I overstand even more why those doors for all the jobs I applied for didn't open up, because if I was working, I wouldn't have qualified for the hospital's financial assistance, because it's specifically for people who are unemployed and or have low income. And so everything happened for my good. Like literally, just like Romans 8:28 says, all things work together for the good to them that love God, who are the called and the chosen. And I know that I'm the chosen and that this is just part of the journey. Hold on, y'all. I gotta blow my nose because my allergies are kicking up. Okay. Oh hell no! I just realized a damn thing is missing. But regardless, I'm grateful, very, very grateful, because everything that I've been waiting years to get taken care of because I couldn't afford it got taken care of in just a matter of a couple of days. Colonoscopy's done, is confirmed, no tumors, no colon cancer, polyps removed. I didn't know that I had ulcers, so that's also something I'm grateful that I found out. And they said that they'll put me on some kind of medicine that removes the bacteria that causes the ulcers. And they said, but regardless, it's not like a huge deal, but we did see some stomach ulcers and those will get treated with the prescription medication. So the primary care doctor that I was referred to also is affiliated with the health system, not particular that particular hospital, but they're associated, they're all under the same umbrella. So I won't have to pay out of pocket for that visit. And they said that the colorectal surgeon that they'll refer me to, I also shouldn't have to pay out of pocket for that. So that's what I mean. Like everything I've been waiting some years for got taken care of in a matter of 2 days. So I'm very, very grateful for that. Let me see the comments. Cody said, yes, definitely shout out to Mike for all his help. Absolutely. Really appreciate my homeboy. Ms. Williams said, send in prayers to every doctor who will conduct your surgery. Thank you. Bless each one as they work on our sister, restore her body, and continue to keep her in your arms. Thank you, Lord. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Williams. I appreciate you, my love. So, yeah, I am grateful. Very tired, but very grateful, because I could have been still, suffering, not having no answers, not having any sort of progress, on getting my health taken care of. So now everything has fallen into place. And once I'm able to get the colorectal surgery done, I'm all the way good, and the Graves' disease I just live with. They were asking me about medication for that. I'm like, nah, trust me. Trust me. Over these past 15 years since I've been diagnosed, actually longer than 15 years. So it was 2007. So yeah, the past 18 years, all the different medications that they tried to put me on, they just made me worse. So I was like, no, I'm going to heal myself naturally. Hence why that is what was the motivation for me to start my Chef in the Budget, Eat Your Way Healthy segment. So I'm very grateful, very, very grateful. And thank you to all of you I do want to be open and honest with you guys. I do need help financially to be able to keep a room for the weekend. So just being honest, the goal is to reach $150 so that I can stay and just rest over the weekend because right now I have the room for tonight. So please, anybody that can donate, please do. This is a crucial moment where I definitely could use the help in donations, even if you can't send a large amount. Anything that you can send to contribute to helping me keep the room so I can rest up will genuinely help. And then next week, I'm going to see how things play out. And I'm praying, and I really believe that God is getting ready to open up a door for me to be able to start, doing some sort of work from home. Because with the editing that I'm doing, there are people that have been reaching out to me that have been talking about wanting to do collaborations. So with me being in the hospital, this week I haven't really been able to get into any of that. But I do believe that a major opportunity for that is getting ready to open up for me. But in the meantime, it's crucial, you guys, for me. And I want to be able to stay and get my rest, not, have to be trying to figure out tomorrow morning where I'm going to stay. I even, looked into some of the shelters, but there aren't any openings right now. So if anybody can, please send any donations that you can to my Cash App. If you don't have access to Cash App, please send it to Venmo. It's in the description, and after the live, I'll post, like I always do, in the comments. Anyone that wants to donate, if you know of anybody who may just want to contribute, please let them know. Like I said, I just got out the hospital, and I'm grateful that I have the room for tonight, but I do need help to keep it over the weekend. And if I can get 150 in donations, then I'm good. I'll be set, through Monday and won't have to worry about anything. So if you know of anybody, hell, friends, family that want to contribute and donate, please let me know. Like I said, blessings will come to those who do help, because that's one thing I definitely do is when people help, I, send them prayers for major blessings to come. But like I said, I'm just so grateful to God, because y'all don't understand, like watching my aunt go through that shit with the bowel cancer. I was like, Lord, I do not want to deal with that. And now I know I don't have to. So more than anything, I give God thanks. I give the glory to the Most High God, my angels and ancestors, for looking out for me, for watching over me the whole time I was there. Even when I had that episode where I got really, really sick, I was speaking healed over my body. And one of the ladies that came, because they have people that come to like switch out your trash every day, she had this energy, and I kept hearing her say, God bless you, everybody. And she, for some reason, when she got to my room, she just kind of stopped, and she looked at me and she said, how are you feeling? Like she knew me or something. I said, well, I'm blessed. I said, I don't feel well. I got really sick this morning, but I'm grateful to God that I found out I don't have cancer. And she got so excited, like she knew me. And she was like, oh, girl, glory to God. And we was in my room, praising God. I didn't care about them people in there. Hell, that other guy was being all loud, complaining and shit. So I said, yeah, I said, that's a blessing, because, my aunt died from bowel cancer. And I'm just grateful that that has been completely ruled out. There are no tumors. The tumors resolve themselves without any treatment. Like, that is actually a miracle when you really think about it. That there were tumors when I had my last colonoscopy in 2021. And I'm, this whole time believing that I still got these tumors. And they're like, nope, we didn't see no sign of tumors. So that like, if you really think about it, y'all, how big that is, how big of a blessing that is huge to have had tumors. And at the time they were like, well, they're not big enough for us to remove them. But obviously if they grow, that's malignancy. That's how I found out even with my thyroid, was because they're called nodules. The nodules grew. They grew over a centimeter and they kept growing. So that's how they found out that they were malignant. So anytime you have any sort of a tumor, even if it's benign, if it starts to grow, those are signs of malignancy. And I was telling her that, I said, out of the 13 biopsies that I had, 2 came back malignant, and I was able to heal, just naturally, no chemo or anything. And I said, so, that was not a worry because I don't ever worry. That's what I tell you. I don't ever put worry behind anything. I was like, I was concerned, and now I know for a fact I don't have to worry about that at all. So I am thanking God for that. I'm thanking God that I got discharged. I'm going to, like I said, take a shower, get some rest. Good Lord knows I need some rest. I'm so exhausted. But I just wanted to keep you guys updated on what's going on. And again, thank you. Thank you for the love. Even the D's peeps on Instagram, if any of y'all are watching, thank you. Because there were people on there that were making comments and some people that had DM'd me concerned. I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be okay. And I'm grateful. No cancer, no colon cancer, polyps removed. Next thing is the surgery, and I will be all the way good. So thank you, these peeps. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Keep me in your prayers. Let's keep each other uplifted. And like I said, when I start to feel a little better, I'll get back on, the lives, because we do have a lot to talk about. And remember, I thought about this too. So remember yesterday I was telling y'all, I said, don't be surprised if you hear about Elon Musk taking a vacation out the country. And then I seen this morning where Trump is saying that Elon needs to go back to Africa because that's actually where he's from. I have a feeling, and I'm just going to be honest, I have a feeling that Trump's going to try to deport Elon Musk because of whatever fallout they've had. And I'm also wondering, is this real or is this a stage beef, for a distraction? But the fact that Trump told Elon Musk to go back to Africa, and now Elon Musk is demanding that the Epstein files get released because he's saying that Trump's name was on it. Well, we all knew that. So it's like, I feel like Elon is going to be the one that's going to defect, and Elon is going to give Iran and all the other enemies of the United States all the information. And that would be karma for Trump, but it also would not be good for us. Not to mention, Trump is right now in the process of getting the peace treaty with Zelensky and Putin. And Zelensky and Putin are a part of Magog. So there's a whole lot that we need to talk about. Now that I think about it, it might be that AC unit, because I wasn't having no issues breathing until I turned that on. I just thought about that because I'm like, all of a sudden now my allergies is kicking up. It's probably that AC unit, but regardless, I'm grateful that I have a place to rest where hopefully I will not be interrupted in my rest. Because at the hospital, literally, it was like every 2 or 3 hours, I'm getting woken up, getting stuck, getting asked questions. It's like I finally just got into a good sleep, and then here they come opening the curtain and knocking. I'm like, oh. So yeah, I plan on getting some good rest tonight and over the weekend. And like I said, anybody who can, please send your donations. Y'all know I don't even like to ask, and I don't ask often, but I definitely need some help to cover the room for the weekend so I can be here through Monday, and then come Monday, see, what I can figure out. And I'm going to follow up with the people that have reached out about wanting to collaborate. And I just believe, I'm speaking into existence, that a major door is about to open that will enable me to have a permanent home and income and still be able to get my health taken care of. So like I said, while I don't have income, I'm taking advantage of the healthcare system assistance program so that I can go ahead and get my surgery taken care of. And like the doctor and the nurse told me, they can probably get you in ASAP because you have the documentation from here. Not just that you went to the ER, but you're admitted. So usually when you get admitted, it's more of an urgency for the surgeons to get you in. So who knows? I might be getting my surgery done next week. And if so, oh my God, that would be amazing, because then all of that's taken care of and I don't have to worry about it anymore. So again, for those who can, please send any donation amount. Like my goal, like I said, is to get to 150. That will cover me for, the next couple of nights, and I'll be able to get some rest. So anyone that wants to donate, or if you know any family or friends that are willing to, please do. My Cash App, of course, or my Venmo, please send it there. So family, thank you. Just thank you. And above all, thank you, God. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Y'all don't know how happy I am. I'm tired, but I'm so, so grateful that I am colon cancer free and I ain't got to worry about it. Prayers have been answered. Ancestors and angels watching over me. And I just want to say God bless you to all of you. Everyone who has sent positive energy, posted positive comments. God bless all of y'all, for real. Your love is felt. Your prayers are felt. And above all, shout out to my homeboy. You know, I've been praying for blessings for him. They got a whole bunch of stuff going on with his radio station this weekend. That's what he was trying to rush to get to. And I said, bro, you're going to be good. Y'all are going to do good tonight. They got performances coming up and all type of stuff. So, you know, I definitely want to be healed so I can start going to all these different events. Flip and all them got events coming up in the next couple of weeks. I've been invited to events. You know, I even was invited to sing at some events this weekend, but because I was in the hospital, I couldn't. So like I said, doors are opening, but my health is my number one priority because I can't do nothing if I'm not healthy. So I'm grateful. Lord knows I'm so grateful because I'm like, my God, when I really think about this, I have been like struggling with these issues technically for 5 years because it started during the pandemic. The bleeding spell started, during the pandemic when we were still in Florida at the condo, and that was in 2020. So it's actually been, damn, I thought it was only 4 years. It's been 5 years. I've been dealing with these bleeding spells. Way too long. Way too long. So yeah, it's just time. It's time for the surgery to get done. It's time for them to get all of this just up out of me. Let me get my body prepared. I keep having premonitions of my future, you know, me being married, me having my daughter. I want my body healthy so I can carry my baby girl. I cannot wait, you know, for all that to manifest. But right now, the focus is getting the surgery done. And I actually do feel that when I go to see the primary, they may be able to get me in with a colorectal surgeon within a few days. And that's what the nurse is telling me. She said they could get you in as soon as like 3 to 4 days after your appointment, maybe even sooner if they have the opening. So I am just speaking that into existence, you know, and hoping for the very best. But I want to thank you, these peeps. Thank you for your love. Shout out to Andrew, my other good brother, Andrew, Cody, and Charlie that was in the chat on the earlier live. I really appreciate all of your positive energy. Everybody in the chat. Miss Williams in the chat right now. Everybody else that joined, everyone else that posted the comments afterwards. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you, these peeps, because y'all really be making me feel loved, and you know, you let me know that you really do care, and that means a lot to me. And now that I think about it, I need to call my mom because I know she's concerned. She called me first thing this morning when I was still asleep. I was so out of it, and I was like, "Mom, I'll call you back." And then I kept falling asleep and waking up and falling asleep, and every time I was going to call her, I would fall asleep, and then they would come and wake me up. So I'm gonna give her a call next and let her know I got discharged. But thank you so much for all your love. I will keep you guys posted. I'll keep you guys updated on everything that's going on. And again, anyone who can, please send donations, family, because it is dire. It is needed because I don't want to end up having to check out and not have any place to go in the morning. So if anybody can, please send any donation amount will help. Even if, you know, whatever you send, if I can get enough donations, like I said, I can keep the room for the weekend and be good, and then just see what I can figure out on Monday. So love you guys. I'll keep you guys posted. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And above all, I am celebrating when I feel better. No colon cancer. I'm going to have an actual celebration to celebrate that because that is a huge deal and a huge blessing. So thank you, these peeps. Y'all have a beautiful one.